Hi, Daryl DeClerc from East Hill Community Church in beautiful Vernon, BC. You might not think it's so beautiful right here, where I am now on a construction site that never did quite get off the ground in the north end of town, wondering today about the cost of construction on a week of Remembrance Day, when we recall that freedom isn't always free. We certainly can appreciate what Jesus said as well about the cost of discipleship in Luke chapter 15. A construction site like this reminds me that Jesus said, if any one of you wants to be my disciple, he should take up his cross and follow me. What did Jesus mean by that? Well, he said, if any of you would want to build a tower, wouldn't you first count the cost of that, to see if you have enough to accomplish the whole thing? And if you do, then you would build. And if not, you risk the ridicule of people thinking, look, he started a project, but he couldn't finish it. Wait a minute, you might ask though, isn't salvation free? Isn't the gift of God's grace a gift to us? Yes, absolutely. But discipleship, following Jesus, comes at a cost, Jesus said. In fact, salvation is free, but discipleship costs us much. And so in accepting God's free grace, have you counted the cost of what it means to follow him? Pastor Stephen Cole has a wonderful illustration of this when he says that it's like someone who wants to climb Mount Everest. Personally, I don't need to climb Mount Everest. I know people that did. It cost them tens of thousands of dollars in specialized equipment, not to mention the time and so on. But imagine if I wanted to and a wealthy friend of mine said, you can't afford it, but I'll pay for everything from the fancy equipment to the transportation, the lodging, the Sherpas, the even months that you have to take off of work. I'll pay for it all. Sure, I would say that would be an amazing and free gift. But what would it cost me? It would cost me time, tremendous effort, months up to a year of training and to build the physical endurance needed to climb Mount Everest. Yes, it would be a free gift, but following through on that would cost me a lot, and I would have to factor that in, wouldn't I? And so, dear friends, Jesus freely offers us his amazing grace as he saves us from certain death, eternal death, into eternal life. He saves us, but as we follow him, there comes a cost that we bear, isn't there? Peter said in 1 Peter 2 that just as Jesus suffered, so we would as well. So to follow Christ, we add up the cost, and we recognize that it's going to take a lot to get our discipleship more than on the ground, but off the ground. So in what ways will you count the cost of being a follower of Jesus this week? In what ways will you put your shoulders into the work and make it something more than just sits on the ground? In what ways has God not just saved you for life, but transformed everything into life for you? See you next time.